fun to create, and Lightroom gives you several ways to do that. You can create slideshows, prints, photo displays for your website, and Photobooks. In this lesson, we're going to focus on creating Photobooks using the Book module. We'll learn how to set up your Photobook, create a layout, adding pages and page numbers, add photos, adjust the layout, add page backgrounds, add text and captions, create custom page layouts, saving a Photobook, create a duplicate copy of your Photobook, and export your Photobook for printing. A few lessons ago, we learned how to create standard collections. Before you start to create a Photobook, it's best if you create a standard collection and add all the photos you want in your Photobook to the collection. It'll save time and aggravation later. Once you've created the collection and made sure the collection is selected in the Catalog panel, go to the Book module. As you can see, all the photos in your collection have been placed on what will become pages in your book. In the upper left-hand corner of the work area, you can see the dimensions, the total number of pages, and even how much it will cost to publish the book. For the purpose of this course, we're going to start with a blank slate so you can learn how to put a book together from scratch. That said, click the Clear Book button in the header bar. When we click the Clear Book icon, our work area looks like this. Next, go to the Book Settings panel in the right panel group. Select Blurb from the Book menu. Blurb is a publisher that allows you to send your files directly from Lightroom. Next, select your options for size, cover, paper type, and logo page. Based on your selections, Lightroom provides an estimated price as shown at the bottom of the panel. Now go to the toolbar and select Multi-Page View. It's the first view on the left. Next, go to Book Preferences to set options for your book. When you're finished, close out the Preferences box and go to the Auto Layout panel in the right panel group. This is where you'll choose a layout from the preset menu. You can choose to have a blank page on the left or right-hand side of your book, and the photo can be on either side. You can also choose if you want a photo caption or one photo per page. To create a custom layout, right-click on the header of the Page panel. Select Solo Mode from the Context menu. Note: if you can see the overlay that details the dimensions and price of your book in the work area, you need to turn that off temporarily by going to View, Show Info Overlay, and clicking to remove the checkmark beside it. Now double-click on the front cover of your book in the work area. When you do that, the cover layout fills the work area. Click the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner to change the page layout. Choose the layout that you want by clicking on it. When you see gray areas with crosshairs, that indicates image areas, while as rectangles with lines represent text areas. We're going to keep ours the same as it is right now. Now go to the Guides panel. There should be a check mark beside Show Guides. You can see where each guide is positioned on your page layout by unchecking, then rechecking the guide, such as photo cells. If you unclick photo cells, the gray area and crosshairs go away. To add pages to your Photobook, go to the Multi-Page View. Right-click on a page, such as Page 1, then select Add Page from the Context menu. You can change the layout of any of your pages by clicking on the arrow in the bottom right corner like we did for the front cover. To add page numbers, double-click on a page in the work area to go to Single Page View. Now go to the Page panel. Put a check mark in the box next to page numbers, then select the position of the page numbers from the menu. Our page number appears in the bottom corner. To change the font, style, size, etc. of the page number, click on the page number to select it, then go to the Type panel. Here you can choose a new font, change the size of your font, change the color of your font, and more. To add photos to your book, first make sure you're in the Multi-Page View. Take a look at the Collections panel on the left. The collection you created for your Photobook should be selected. Now select, then drag an image from the film strip to the cover of your Photobook. Drag other images from the film strip to the other image areas in your Photobook. We added another page to better illustrate the pictures as they start to fill our Photobook. To remove an image from your Photobook, right-click on the image and select Remove Photo. However, if you want to simply replace an image, you can drag another one onto the page. Each photo in your Photobook appears in a photo cell. You cannot change the size of photo cells, and you cannot move them. They're fixed in place. However, you can adjust cell padding, which is the space around a photo within the photo cell. Let me show you what I mean. Double-click on a page to take it to single page view. Click on the photo to select it. The zoom slider will then appear above the photo. Right now you can see an exclamation point in the top right corner of our image. This means the image is already enlarged too much. However, that could not be helped. The reason for that is when we drag the image from the film strip to the page, Lightroom resized the image to fit the photo cell. With the zoom slider, you can reduce or increase magnification. Since we see that exclamation point, we need to reduce it. When we reduce the zoom, we can see that it still needs to be reduced even more. It would be nice if we could change the size of the photo cell to accommodate the image, but we can't. Instead, we go to the cell panel in the right panel group. We can now increase the padding by dragging the slider. You can also click the triangle to the right of padding and adjust the padding by points. By default, if you change the left, the right, top, and bottom will change by the same number of points. If you don't want this to happen, uncheck the Link All option at the bottom. We've adjusted our cell padding, so now we can go back to multi-page view and see the difference. All pages in your book will have a white background until you change it. To add a background, select the page for which you want to add a background, and then click Spread View. Expand the background panel in the right panel group. Uncheck Apply Background Globally unless you want to apply the background to all pages. If you want to use a photo as the background, drag one from the film strip to the preview pane in the background panel. Drag the opacity slider to adjust the opacity of the image on your page. If you simply want to use a background color instead of an image, or both, put a check mark beside background color. Click on the color swatch to the right of background color to use the color picker. Choose the color you want to use. Then right-click on the image and choose Remove Photo to remove the photo if you want to. When you're finished, go back to Multi-Page View. You can see the background color applied to your page. To add text, double-click a page that contains a text box. You can see our text box highlighted with a yellow border. You can simply start typing to add text. If you want to change the font type or font size, go to the Type panel in the right panel group. Select the text and then apply the changes. Whereas text and photo cells are fixed into place, caption cells can be moved vertically. If you want to move them horizontally, you have to adjust the padding. To add a caption, go to Multi-Page View and double-click on a page. Then start typing where it says Add Photo Text. If you've adjusted the padding on photo or text cells on a page, you may want to save the new layout you've created for future use. You can do this by saving it as a custom template. It will then be listed in the Page Layouts menu. To save a custom page template, go to the Page panel. Right-click on the page thumbnail in the work area and select Save as Custom Page. If you look at the Page panel, the thumbnail in the panel now contains the padding we added to that custom page. If you go back to the work area and click the arrow at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see your new page layout listed under Custom Pages. To save a photo book, click on the Create Saved Book button. This is located at the top of the preview pane. You'll then see the Create Book dialog box. Enter a name for the book in the name field. Next, click the location. Ours is inside the collection named Photobook. Click Create when you're finished. Your new book is saved in the Collection panel. It appears with a saved book icon beside it. Let's say you've created your photo book and then saved it. After you've finished, you decide you want to try out some changes just to see if you like it. However, doing so risks destroying the book you've already created if you don't like the changes you've made after you've finished. Instead of doing that, you can make a copy of your book and then make any changes to it. To make a copy, right-click on your saved book in the Collections panel. Select Duplicate Book from the context menu. After you make the changes to the duplicate book, you can delete the original book if you're happy with what you've done with the duplicate. To do that, right-click on the original book, then select Delete. Then right-click on the duplicate and select Rename. Then rename the duplicate. When you're finished with your photo book, it's time to decide what you want to do with the finished product. You can either export it to PDF or print it yourself, or you can upload it to blurb.com and have it printed. If you want to publish it to Blurb, click the Send Book to Blurb button. This is located below the right panel group. You'll then see the Purchase Book dialog box. You'll need to sign into Blurb or register by clicking the Not a Member button. To publish with Blurb, your book must be at least 20 pages, not including the front and back cover. If you want to export your book to PDF, go to the Book Settings panel. Select PDF from the Book menu. Review the settings and make sure they're correct. Then click the Export to PDF button that appears at the bottom of the panel group. You'll then see the Save dialog box. Enter a name for the file in the File Name field and then click Save. Your photo book is now complete.